Hey everybody, it's Kevin. Today is Wednesday, June the 2nd, 2021, and this is Kev's Daily Vibe, where I come to you every morning at some point and bring you messages from my intuitive messages and from spirit guides and angels to, motivate your day, lift your vibration, give you something else to think about other than the daily grind. So let's see. Let's get started with these cards. I use Kyle Gray's Oracle decks, Keepers of the Light, and Angel Prayers, and there's 44 of them in each. So I took 12 of the Archangels out of Angel Prayers deck and added them to Keepers of the Light deck, and then just mix them up every day. I like to see which angels come to speak and which archangels come to speak, and then from there I listen to intuitive guides and just bring a message for whatever today is, or whatever is energy of the day. So thank you, angels, my guardian angel, for reminding me that you're present and for delivering to me through these cards message of the day. I am, thank you for revealing what we need to know. I am willing to listen. I'm willing to receive. I'm willing to teach. I'm willing to share. And so it is. All right. So lay them down. Let's get this camera going. Boom, boom, boom. There we are. Let's just push them out like this. Well, there we go. One, and let's see, two. Here we go. So, the Miriam. And then, honor your beauty, Archangel Jaffeel. Now, this is a new one on me. I haven't come across Archangel Jaffeel, so just give me a couple of minutes to tune into these cards and see. The Miriams is the two angels that work with heaven and earth. They're in spirit in the physical form, and they come together to forgive and to heal. The Miriams see the light in everything, and they basically say that love has absolutely no boundaries whatsoever. Miriams were the ones that came to Mary Magdalene, of all things, when Jesus passed, and reminded them that, you know what, life goes on, life continues, the spirit world continues, and so it's a really good energy to have around. And then we have honor your beauty. Oftentimes we are so surrounded in woes and so surrounded by things that perhaps don't work and aren't working, and there's just frustration everywhere. So these two cards together really are saying, really find within yourselves the strengths that you've already brought to the table. And this kind of seems to be a continuation of what was going on yesterday with Faith and the Lady Venus. That was more about opening yourself up to knowing there's a different opportunity. This is saying, basically to me, that every single human being on the planet was created in a beautiful, independent, individual way. There isn't any two humans that are exactly the same, exactly alike. And part of me wants to say that's really the purpose of why we came. When we go to spirit, my belief is that we become part of the angel realm, although it's difficult for me to see that the humans in human form, although there have been some that have risen up to angel status from human form. Archangel Metatron is one that I believe sits at the hand of God, sits at the side of God. and others as popes through certain revelations can be elevated to the status of saints after so many years. I don't know exactly what that is. But when you look at yourself individually, we tend to look at ourselves with a critical eye. We tend to look at ourselves less than we should. There's very few people who can actually say of themselves that they are truly beautiful. And I know myself, I've battled with that. There's a limitation that gets placed on the human experience when other people tell us certain things about ourselves and we trust enough to believe what they say. And then, there's our own insecurities that has a way of increasing. I know I said my battle has always been weight, and I've always at one point considered myself fat. Now, thank goodness, I'm fine with whatever weight it is. But then I changed some of that to honoring my physical body by feeding it nourishing foods and beverages, and by honoring that I get energy and vitality and all of those things from it. So I believe that these two cards come today to have all of us on a physical plane take a step back and just honor the sacred vision that we have, honor all of the straighten that up. There you go. That's a bit better. There we are. That's it. Honor the glory that we have. Let's see what the Miriam has to say in here as far as what does. Okay, so the description of the Miriam is there's a real opportunity for you to move beyond the grief and the grievance right now. The Miriam is here swirling their holy light around you so that you can gain a sense of union with the Spirit, connect yourself with Spirit. You're loved beyond words. Choose to see the light of God in everything and everyone, and to love without boundaries. Honor others, honor yourself with sacred vision. And you're in a deep space of healing and forgiveness, and choosing to see the light in the world can help you grow even more. So that's the first order of the day. Stop seeing the lack of, the limitation of, the ugliness of, the darkness of, and just step forward into really the miracle of who you are and what you're capable of doing. And let's go and look at what the extended message is for Archangel Jaffeel. Let's see, honor your the angels are here to boost your confidence, because they can see how harsh you can be with yourself. So this all goes along with stop beating yourself up. You've got to see how beautiful and gorgeous you are from the inside as well as the outside, because that's the truth. When we see our beauty, we'll come back here. When we see the beauty that we have within us, when we see everything in a better light, things become better. We feel lifted. We actually feel that vibration within us lifting up. That's, part of the purpose and the intention I have is to get on a soul path connection, to reconnect with what exactly did I come into human form for. I mean, to be honest with you, which I believe, we come from love, we come from a sacred space that, we're created of love, we are of love. And it's so joyful when we're little and we're playing or having a good time and we giggle and we laugh no matter what. It's a great place to be as small children. And then we grow into adults, and then there's this awful harshness that takes on. It really starts with comparison. It really starts with comparing apples to apples, oranges to oranges, and I'm using that as an analogy. But as soon as we dip into the comparison, wanting to be something that we're not, wanting to see or have something we haven't got, because we're beginning to see that in cultural society there's acceptable and not acceptable. And I believe that's what these two cards come to say. In the spirit world, on the other side, when you lift up and beyond the physical limitations, and that's where the comparison comes from. When a person who's completely different to another person compares himself, they're either comparing themselves on an equal, or they're comparing themselves above or below. So there's the difference. The scale and the justice is not there, it doesn't exist. At the end of the day, I keep going back to how we are physically created, how we're physically brought together. So you can forget spirit, you can forget angels, and forget what you haven't seen, right? Everybody at some point on their being has to understand that we get created by two pieces of a grouping of cells, if you will, DNA cells that come together, if you want to call them microorganisms, basically, a sperm cell and an egg cell from a woman. And here we come, female energy, masculine energy coming together, however that happens. Some of the times it's an accident, some of the times we're unaware, some of the times it's unplanned, most of the times it is planned, especially in modern culture. Families are planned, they're wanted. Women want to have babies, they want to have children. And if you just look at that culture, something occurs in the gestation process of a woman when she's about to give birth. Something changes, it alters right at or right after the birthing process. Something shifts. There's a shift. I've watched it in friends of mine. I can't put my finger on it. I can't accurately describe it. I would then stick it into bliss, love, peace, joy of those that I have witnessed, of those that I have seen. Worry, concern, a need to protect, unconditional love. All of those things are very present and correct between this mother and child. Yesterday I was studying Archangel, Gabriel. And I had forgotten that one of the popes way back in these tales that go along with the archangels had changed the Archangel Gabriel into a man, or masculine, called it Gabriel, so that the archangel energy could create or could connect with the patriots, which seemed odd. Archangels don't have a gender, but yet when you look at Archangel Gabriel, Jaffeel, whatever you want to call her, I see her as feminine energy. I see her as that pink, gorgeous, loving, mature, mothering kind of energy. The sort that when you show up at their house, there's a big old dollop of cream and fruit and whatever you want. It's like a, come on in, have a cup of tea, sit down, get some biscuits. Let's just have a chat. That kind of energy I get from Archangel Gabriel. And if I had to imagine what Archangel Jaffeel was like, it would be a bit like the big sister who says, look in the mirror, look at how gorgeous you are. Look at the eyes you've got. Look at the color of your eyes. Look at the curves you have. Look at the gorgeous, beautiful color of your skin. Look at how your hair is growing. I would imagine that this big sisterly-like energy was coming to remind us that the beauty is a bit like cutting into heaven, going into all of it from the inside out, glowing, radiating. That's where we need to get to. That's what we need to come to. Anytime you get a crowd of people together that are in that blissful, joyful state, really good rock concert, And what comes to mind is an Adele concert. Here she is standing on the stage singing one of her Torch songs, and the entire audience is mesmerized. They've got that vibe going on. So this is the vibe of today, is to be in the bliss, be in the joy, be in the love, be in the beauty. Find that piece of heaven that's inside of you and let it radiate out in all the directions. And then imagine all of this coming back together and coming back to be with you. Create a day that matters, a day that has a purpose, and a day that you remember, a time that you remember, a time that you can come back to what you really truly are. There will always be frustrations of the day. There will always be things that don't go quite right. There will always be lines at the stores. There will always be more and more and more and more people on the planet. And then more and more and more and more people leaving the planet. This is a state of being part of the human experience. And for me, I would rather lift the energy of the day for others and lift the energy of the day for myself. A bit like choosing to come into a body or choosing to come into a life. To make the day better, to be a little better, to add a little more, to be a little more. And not worry about the consequences of what happens. I can't change how things occur as far as what other people do, think, say. I am somewhat appalled at how these recent acts of pure violence, hate, death, it's tough when we're sensitive, empathetic, yeah. And all there really should be is love. And sometimes we have to be shown the opposite, the evils of the world, the challenges of the world, the darkness of the world, in order to remind us that there is light and that we should follow that light wherever possible. You know, I'm looking at some of the masters. Master Jesus is one of them. Martin Luther King is another one. Gandhi is another one. Even the late Princess of Wales is another one. Iconic human beings that had a platform, used their platform, went into some of the darkest, ravaged parts of the world and showed their light, showed their love, showed their honor, and wanted to make the world, the planet, the place that we are, better for more than one person. And I think of these iconic leaders of peace. And I'm thinking, well, they did all of this selflessly. They weren't necessarily concerned about what they got out of it. More concerned with how to come about changing what was happening. And I know that most of us are being told, well, write to your congressmen, get in touch with your lawmakers, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. And I don't want to be flip about it. But putting a name on a petition, okay, if that's really what you feel like would get it done, writing a letter, sending an email. And there's a part of me that thinks, well, if I send a letter asking my elected official that I may not have voted for to do something, to change something, to make the change, to bring about the change, what are the chances of that person reading it? Slim to none. I can only imagine how many emails get into the inbox of some of these elected officials who are supposed to be lawmakers to make the change, that don't ever get read, don't ever get seen. Yet, when there's a protest, when there's an uprising, when a group of people come together to enact change, it gets noticed. Which is, in a way, takes me back to suffragettes, takes me back to, I've got visions of Winston Churchill on the underground with the British working class citizens, basically asking them, well, what would you do if you were me? Would you go to war against this German leader? Yes, fight with whatever you've got. Fight for freedom, fight for independence, fight for democracy, fight. At some point, the light workers, those of us who are lifted and gifted and see it and get connected to it, there has to be something in our purpose that says we need to be brave, we need to be kind, we need to be loving, and we need to step forward. Little tiny things, small things. I like to think of little tiny steps and more steps and added steps can bring about the changes that we need. It isn't about telling somebody else that they're wrong. It isn't about discipline a person because they dropped litter or they didn't wear their mask, which is getting a little ridiculous, but still. Choose to wear it, wear it. Don't choose to wear it, don't wear it. I mean, it's all really relative. I have a flippant way of looking at things with that, and it's a bit like germs are everywhere. Bacteria is everywhere. It exists. We just do what we can, do our best to protect ourselves, just like life. Violence is everywhere. Death is everywhere. Evil is everywhere. We just do what we need to do to protect ourselves and to lift ourselves and to lighten the load, which is where I know that in the last 15, 16, 17 months that this has been going on, I felt more connected to source energy, more connected to the spirit world, more connected to angels, source, which is God, universe, than I have probably since I was a teenager struggling with my identity and my sexuality. That feeling of being loved, that feeling of being included, that feeling that, whoa, there is a different existence for me, a different purpose for me. And I've watched some of the constructs that I was battling fall apart, and something even more beautiful emerged. And in that big conversation, that's what these two cards here represent. Let something beautiful, let something graceful, let the grace that lives within, the beauty that lives within, the power of God that is out there for you, let yourself see it, let yourself experience it, let yourself be with it. All right, my friends, let's read the message of the day from Melody Beatty, and let's do a quick meditation. Before I get into this one, I do want your comments. I do want your reviews. I want to know if this is on track with what you like, if this is speaking your language, if there's something else I could be doing, should be doing to get the word out there. I'm always open to receive. June the 2nd. Why hurry through? Why hurry through a day, an hour, a life? Hurry never catches up with itself. It misses out, it strains, it stresses, it doesn't trust the natural rhythm, the natural order, the natural way of the universe. So slow down. Tap into the rhythm of the world. Tap into your rhythm as you dance through life, as you dance through eternity. When we hurry, it is as if we are dancing out of step to the music. We become out of sync. Our body strains and stresses. We stop enjoying life. We are too busy hurrying, racing blindly to somewhere, anywhere. We hurry so fast that when we get there, we don't take the time to enjoy it. We simply hurry on to the next moment. Step in time to the music, the rhythm of your soul. The rhythm will lead you where you want to go. It will take you through all the tasks that need doing. It will take you down the road to spiritual growth, healing, fulfillment, and joy. And you'll know you'll have more fun going there because you aren't in a hurry. You know, that reminds me of something that pops up a lot in my world of work, the hairdressing world. I can make somebody an appointment and we put do not disturb, there you go, on my computer so it doesn't ding like it just did. At one point, it was tough when 2, 3, 4 minutes before an appointment was due, the person saying, I'm going to be late. Okay. I don't think in my entire career I've only had maybe a few instances where someone said, I'm early. What is on time anyway? And as soon as I lost that idea that whether on time for me, maybe not on time for someone else, early, late. But what I got from all of that is this conception that, and I might do a video on this, time is the biggest commodity that we cannot get back. We can't return it. We don't get to do replay. Now, many things we don't want to replay, we don't want to redo. Thank you, no thank you. But the times that are so good, the times that are so great, the times that we connect and roll around with people that one day will not be here any longer. Talk to somebody who is dealing with somebody who is ending or coming to the twilight of their life. It's not time for woulda, coulda, shoulda, didn't do. And if you had to have a task for the day, I would say, look at all the things you have on your agenda. And then go for the rest of the week. Go for the rest of the month. Go for the summer. Remove all of the things that are have-to-dos. Now, yes, you've got to go to the grocery store. You've got to gas the car up. Those are life-building tasks. But all the other stuff, the stuff where other people are asking you to do things and you're putting them on there knowing this is just another thing I've got to do. Start carving out time where you have a day of no thingness. No thingness day. I wonder what that would look like on your calendar. Thursday is no thingness day. A no thingness day. No things today. No. I like my Sundays for that reason. Sometimes I, do some things on a Sunday. But recently, last few months, I've been like, ooh, I like my lazy day Sunday of not having really much of a plan. Anyway, let's meditate. Take your feet flat on the floor. Pull your shoulders up, back, open up your chest. Take all of that, neck, shoulder stuff. Get into the little crevices and kinks and nooks and crannies that you have that are storing energy. Big breath in. Let it go. Oof. Connect your mind to the soles of your feet. Lift your toes, spread them out, place them back down. Push the center of your heels down. Push the outer blades of your feet down. Just connect your mind, your consciousness to the here and the now, where you are connected to the Mother Earth. Just give a sense of gratitude, put a smile on your face. Maybe you lift your chin, your heart, your eyes, your consciousness, your third eye center upwards, out straight in front of you. And this morning, through this meditation, through this relaxation, through this softness, with your mind on something that you are most grateful for at this right now, this time. Observe the sound of your breath. Perhaps you count in for 1, out for 2, in for 3, out for 4, in for 5, out breath 6, in for 7, out breath 8, inhale 9, exhale 10, return to 1, inhale, exhale 2, and keep going with your breath in and out, just like that. Deepening your breath, being conscious of your breath, observing your mind, observing your thoughts. Keep coming back to your breath. If your mind wanders off to somewhere else, tasks of the day, phone calls you might have to make, emails you may need to check, and you find your meditation running off track, come back to 1. The delicate space at the top of every inhale and the bottom of every exhale is a point with which no air is coming in and no air is going out. It is just the gap, the chance to shift, the chance to make a transformational change. Be with the stillness, the quietness, the ease, the peace, the beauty, the love, the joy, the bliss, the harmony, the balance. As you sit quietly and peacefully, in observation of your breath, observing yourself going deeper and deeper into relaxation. uncovering your inner strength. Just keep yourself here in the present. Use the meditation to bring you the messages that travel along spiritual lines, the conscious thoughts, the particles of your thinking, that take up the space where messages come from. Use this practice of deep relaxation to calm the chatter, to reduce the stress, to train the mind and the central nervous system to bit by bit, breath by breath, day by day, minute by minute, create a deeper connection with the source energy. Becoming more familiar with the practice. Becoming more and more familiar with this practice till you remember this is the natural order of things, the natural rhythm of the universe. This is the natural course of life. These moments of deep relaxation every breath, every meditative practice offers more clarity, more connection, allows the energy of your highest good to come forward, allows the energy of angels, spirit guides, and your guardian angel to bring you messages, to connect with you, to tune into you, use this time and this opportunity to claim your worth. Claim your power. Claim your love. Open your soul. Perhaps you use a mantra, daily affirmation that you say over and over and over and over. Something that starts with I am. And if your affirmations have been negative about yourself, affirm what you wish yourself to be. I vibrate with the energy of love and understanding. I am love and understanding. I am nurtured by the universal energy of love and understanding. Find a rhythm for these affirmations. I am strong and confident. If you feel insecure or nervous, you can make a little song out of it. I am strong and confident and nothing gets in my way. I am strong and confident, nothing gets in my way. The sense of gratitude and grace in this deep-seated relaxation and meditation. Give thanks to your angels, thanks to your spirits, thanks to your ascended ancestors for teaching you what you need to know, for telling you what you need to know, and for helping you accomplish what you want to happen. You can maybe say thank you for helping me dance to the rhythm of my higher life. And keeping this sense of gratitude and grace and love and understanding, bring your hands to heart center at your chest. Let today be the day you make the change to honor yourself. Let today be the day you're aware of when you're less than you can be. Let today be the day where you notice the untruth. Let today be the day that you welcome the truth. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center, and together we bow and say Namaste. The light in me loves and honors the light in each one of you. Thank you, my friends, for being here on this call today. And I hope that we get to do this again tomorrow. So have a great Tuesday. Bye.